Even if you were paying attention today, you probably missed what should be the most important story to hit any of our media today. For some reason, it's not there. The thing that I'm talking about is that President Trump, everyone knows that he believes in peace. But we had Senator Lindsey Graham and Senator Blumenthal. They went to Ukraine in the last few days and they met with Zelensky, and it was not to talk about peace. As a matter of fact, it seemed like they were discussing escalating the war with Russia. And the reason this is so detrimental to America and to the world is because some of the things that they're talking about are things that we will not survive. I mean, Americans or anyone in the world, we cannot survive a protracted war when you're talking about using nuclear warheads or whatever. We cannot survive this. And the thing about it that we should do is we should push President Trump to push for peace. Because if you listen to Jeffrey Sachs and what he says about this, President Trump, he ran on peace. You know, right after he got in office, that's the one thing he's talked about tremendously. The one thing that he has not done is that he has not forced peace. And that's the thing that he must do. He does have the capabilities of stopping all of this, especially with Ukraine, because we paid for the war. If the Ukraine did not have our funding, they would not be in war. The EU, all they do is talk about things. They don't have any capabilities and they don't have any money. So anyway, I want you to listen to what Jeffrey Sachs says about this and let me know what you think about it. And one thing that we must do, I know President Trump, we've all supported him. The one thing that I am going to question is peace. We must have peace, and we must not just talk about it. It has to be something that is as important to us as immigration, because if we do not have world peace, everything else that we're talking about is really for nothing. So anyway, I want you to listen to what Jeffrey Sachs has to say about this, and please comment on it. Thank you.
I want to emphasize the United States doesn't have to negotiate with anybody. It just has to end the arming and financing of Ukraine. The rest will follow. There will be a peace agreement. This will end, whether Europe rhetorically says so, whether Ukraine rhetorically says so or not. The war will end because it can't go on. Wars are expensive. Wars require armaments. Wars require U.S. technical support. The European rhetoric is tragic and absurd, completely misguided. They couldn't see an exit ramp if it was staring them in the face. So what they're saying makes no sense. But in some sense, it doesn't matter because they can't continue the war no matter what the Germans or Starmer or Macron or anyone else says. They don't have the means to do so. So this war will end if President Trump is clear and resolute that America will no longer arm and finance Ukraine for this devastating, mistaken war that Biden and others bought into so deeply.